Imagine a fish swimming in the ocean depths, gliding effortlessly through the water. It opens its mouth, unaware of the horror within, a hidden terror lurking inside. A creature lives there, but it's not the fish's tongue, it's something far more sinister. This is the terrifying reality for some fish thanks to the Cymothoa exigua, a parasitic isopod more commonly known as the tongue-eating louse. This parasite has a unique and horrifying way of surviving. This creature is no ordinary parasite. It doesn't just latch onto the fish and feed. It doesn't just feed on the fish's blood. It has a much more sinister method of survival. It severs the blood vessels in the fish's tongue, causing the tongue to wither and die. This isopod replaces the fish's tongue entirely, anchoring itself in place, becoming a living, breathing substitute. The fish continues to live using the parasite as if it were its own tongue, a bizarre and unsettling symbiosis. Cymothoa exigua is a crustacean, a relative of crabs and lobsters. But unlike its shell-clad cousins, this creature leads a much more insidious life. It targets specific fish species, entering through their gills and then undergoing a horrifying transformation. The parasite's goal, the fish's tongue. It latches onto this muscle using its sharp claws. The isopod then begins to drink blood, slowly draining the tongue until it withers away and detaches. The life cycle of Cymothoa exigua is a marvel of parasitic adaptation, albeit a disturbing one. This tiny creature, often referred to as the tongue-eating louse, has a unique and unsettling way of surviving. Young larvae, starting as males, search for a host fish. They swim through the water, driven by instinct to find a suitable host. Once inside the gills, they transform. This transformation is crucial for their survival and future role within the host. If the host already has a female parasite, the male will remain small, living a relatively inconspicuous life within the gills. However, if the host is unclaimed, the male will transform into a female. This transformation is a remarkable example of nature's adaptability. This female then moves to the fish's mouth, beginning its gruesome task of tongue replacement. The parasite attaches itself to the fish's tongue, eventually causing the tongue to atrophy and fall off. The parasite then effectively becomes the fish's new tongue, feeding on the fish's blood and mucus. Well. Section 4. A new home, a fish's nightmare. The Gulf of California and the coasts of Central and South America are the primary hunting grounds for the tongue-eating louse. This parasitic isopod targets fish, latching onto their tongues and eventually replacing them. The louse thrives in these warm, nutrient-rich waters, making it an ideal environment for its life cycle. Here, unsuspecting fish fall victim to this parasitic horror. The louse attaches itself to the fish's tongue, feeding on its blood and causing the tongue to atrophy. Once the tongue is gone, the louse takes its place, functioning as the fish's new tongue. The isopod's impact, however, is not always fatal. While the fish suffers from the initial attachment, it can continue to live and even thrive with the parasite in place. Surprisingly, the fish can survive with the parasite acting as its new tongue. This bizarre relationship allows the fish to continue feeding and swimming, albeit with some difficulty. This strange adaptation raises fascinating questions about the relationship between parasite and host. How does the fish adapt to this new appendage? What evolutionary advantages does this provide for the louse? These are questions that marine biologists continue to explore. Section 5. Living together, a strange harmony. While horrifying, the relationship between the fish and the Cymothoa exigua is a testament to the adaptability of nature. The fish, though robbed of its tongue, can use the parasite as a functional replacement. The parasite, in turn, benefits from a constant food source, the fish's blood and mucus. This strange coexistence, while unsettling, highlights the incredible diversity and strangeness of life on Earth.